Imagine a civilization at the absolute peak of its power. I mean, we're talking rich, confident, the center of the world. Now, imagine it all just burning to the ground in a few short years. This isn't some fantasy story. It's the true story of one of the most dramatic collapses in history, the An Lushan Rebellion. Okay, so let's set the scene. Back in the mid-8th century, Tang China wasn't just a superpower, it was the superpower. Its capital, Chang'an, was this incredible, bustling city drawing in people from all over the globe. Its trade routes were just pumping wealth into the empire, and its culture, the art, the poetry, was second to none. This was, without a doubt, a true golden age. And that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? How does an empire that looks completely untouchable suddenly find itself on the brink of total collapse? Well, the answer is a messy one. It's a story about power, betrayal, and some catastrophic miscalculations. To really get the scale of the disaster, we first have to understand the incredible heights the Tang Dynasty fell from. So let's take a closer look at what this golden age was really like. The High Tang era was just defined by success. The Silk Road, that wasn't just a trade route, it was the empire's economic engine, flooding the country with wealth and exotic goods. All that prosperity fueled this amazing cultural explosion. The poetry and art from this time are still considered masterpieces. And at the very heart of it all was Chang'an, this massive, meticulously planned city, one of the most sophisticated on the entire planet. And the man presiding over all of this was Emperor Xuanzong. In his early years, he was the model emperor. Super diligent, smart, and he believed in appointing people based on talent. And you know what? His philosophy worked. For decades, the empire was stable and growing. But that diligence, well, it wasn't going to last. Because, beneath that glittering golden surface, some very deep cracks were starting to form. The empire's incredible success was actually breeding complacency, and with it, a whole lot of danger. You can really see the transformation right here. The once engaged emperor got completely lost in the luxuries of his court. He stopped giving power to the most competent officials and started handing it out to his personal favorites. And the military? It went from a cautious defense force to this aggressive and very expensive expansionist machine. The entire government was basically rotting from the inside out. This rot led to the rise of something new and incredibly dangerous, the Jiudushi. To manage all the new land on the frontiers, the emperor gave these military governors a ton of power. We're talking immense civil and military authority. They controlled huge territories, collected their own taxes, and commanded massive armies that were loyal to them, not to the emperor. They were basically kings in their own little kingdom. And the most powerful of all these new warlords was a guy named An Lushan. He was a brilliant and super ambitious general who totally charmed his way into the emperor's inner circle. Now get this. He didn't just control one frontier region, he controlled 3 of them. That gave him a personal army of over 150,000 of the empire's absolute best soldiers. That much power in one man's hands, you can just feel that something terrible is about to happen. And in the year 755, An Lushan sensed that weakness at the core of the empire. Driven by his own ambition, he made his move. The storm finally broke over a Tang empire that was completely unprepared for it. The speed of the rebel advance was just staggering. The imperial armies, which had been neglected for years, just melted away. In a matter of months, An Lushan's forces just tore across the country, capturing the eastern capital, Luoyang, and then, in a devastating blow, they sacked the main imperial capital of Chang'an itself. With the capital sacked and the government in tatters, the Tang Dynasty just stopped functioning. What followed was a complete and total breakdown of order. This moment really captures the personal tragedy inside this huge disaster. As Emperor Xuanzong fled for his life, his own guards turned on him. They blamed the whole crisis on his beloved consort, Yang Guifei, and her family, and they refused to move another inch until she was executed. The heartbroken emperor had no choice but to agree. It was the ultimate humiliation. Now, An Lushan himself was actually assassinated not long after this, but the war he started, it didn't end. Rival generals, imperial loyalists, and opportunistic warlords fought over what was left of the empire for 8 brutal, devastating years. And when the fighting finally stopped, the Tang Dynasty was, technically, still standing. But it was just a shadow of its former self. That golden age was shattered, and there was no putting it back together. Just take a moment and let this number sink in. 36 million. Now, historical records from this far back are complicated, but that is the estimated population drop. Tens of millions of people dead, from the fighting, from the famine, from society just collapsing. The scale of the catastrophe is almost impossible to imagine. The Tang Dynasty that crawled out of this war was fundamentally broken. Central power was gone, replaced by all those regional warlords. The economy was in ruins. And that once confident, open society, it turned inward, becoming suspicious of the very foreigners it had once welcomed with open arms. In the end, the legacy of the rebellion was permanent. It shattered the central government's power for good. It destroyed the empire's economic engine by cutting off the Silk Road. And it inflicted this deep psychological wound, a loss of confidence from which the civilization would never truly recover. The rebellion was an ending, a truly catastrophic one. But, every ending is also a beginning. It forced China to rebuild and reorganize in a completely new way, setting the stage for the dynasties that would come next. So the question it leaves us with is, what can actually be born from such total devastation?